Good afternoon and welcome to Real Chicks Rock Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host, Michelle Dawes-Burt, and as always, super excited to be here. Today is no different, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood here in Atlanta. We are smiling, the sun is shining and kissing our faces. We are so excited to be here today, and thank you so much for joining us. Let me just give a little background to all of our new listeners today. First of all, let me tell you, Real Chicks Rock is all about creatively collaborating, connecting, and raising awareness regarding issues that impact women. And we do it by way of community service engagement, public speaking, mentoring, workshops, and the arts. We have been doing this particular platform now. We are closing on our 6th season. We're about to step into our 7th year in 2 weeks, and we're super excited about that. Thank you so much for the support and the love, and today is no different. I wanted to kind of talk about health and wellness, right? People are starting to move about. We're starting to take this stiffness off of us from this pandemic, being inside for all this time, like 18 months, 2 years. We're coming out of the mask. And it's all about the movement. And I've met these beautiful people through IG. Listen, when you use IG for good, good will find you. I just saw the Explore on the IG app and saw these beautiful people double dutching and jumping around. And I was like, man, they got a vibe. I want to talk to these people. They're hot. And so today, my topic today is jump around. And today I got my guest, Double Dutch Aerobics, which is the lovely Michelle and Sean Clark. And then I have Make It Fun NYC, Bernadette Henry. Hey!
Yeah!
I love it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Yes. Let's just jump right in. First, I'm going to start with you, Michelle and Sean. Where are you guys from?
Brooklyn all day. That's anybody from Brooklyn. That's how you say it.
That's how you say it.
Not saying it like that.
Yeah.
You're not from Brooklyn.
Yeah, you're not from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, all day. And so you said it loud enough so that Biggie, may he rest, can hear it, right? So yeah. So listen, what was it like for you as kids growing up in Brooklyn, right? Did you see this? What was it for you growing up in Brooklyn? Did you see double dutch all the time, or what was it?
We saw a jump rope everywhere, and our parents jumped.
Really?
Like, that's what you did in the summer. I didn't grow up jumping double dutch. I actually grew up messing up the ropes like all boys.
You was that guy.
So
you were that guy.
When the girls are jumping, I would just jump in. I didn't know what I was doing. I needed us at the time.
Yeah, you was that guy.
I grew up in Brooklyn jumping double dutch all day. Winter, summer, spring, fall.
Yeah.
It was I hated the winter time, but I would still jump outside because that's what you did during recess. Right. And then I even joined the team as a kid. Like double dutch was everything. You always saw people jumping.
Yeah.
That was the norm.
That was the thing to do. Bernadette, slide on in here. Hey, Bernadette.
Hey,
I am wonderful, you beautiful thing, you. Yes. Bernadette, let me tell you something. We can feel your energy. I just want to throw that out there. And I love the socks. So listen, when you need another pair, let me know. I'm going to send you a pair of funky socks so you can jump in them. So Bernadette, where are you from?
So I'm from the Bronx, New York.
That's right.
Currently residing in Brooklyn, but I'm from the Bronx, born and raised in Harlem.
And so in the Bronx, I know what it was for me because I'm a Bronx kid too. I used to see it all the time, but tell your story. As a kid, did you jump rope all the time? Was it double dutch or just single rope? What was it for you?
Yes, when I was a kid, basically we did a lot of double dutch and straight rope games.
Yeah.
So in the summertime, when you walking out in the street, you see people turning and jumping. So you paid your dues, you turned the rope so that you could earn your jump.
Yeah.
You did that. For school and the schoolyard, that's what we did. We did like 2 on time, don't be late, chase around the world, all these straight rope games. As far as the single rope, I don't know when that came in my life, but my early memories were like when I was in the 6th grade, I started jumping rope, and my mother used to yell out the window, stop. So I used to like double under fall. Like I'm a self-taught jumper. And my next memory was like in middle school, we had some random contest, how many you could do in a minute. I did like 240. So that was like the birth of my jumping rope. And then as an adult, belt I perfected, or my raw talent was developed by 2 professional boxers, and then I took it from there.
Really? Wow, wow.
And the boxers that she's talking about, I actually did an infomercial for them.
Really?
Which is hysterical. Michael Olajide, yeah.
These circles are getting smaller and smaller. I was talking to my producer in the green just before you guys came in, and just giving him background about what today's show is about. And he was like saying the same thing, that, you know, boxers just jump rope all the time, and the importance of that. And we negate that, right? Because we go to the gym and work out. I don't really see too many people jumping rope. I bring my own rope, so I jump. I'm a jumper. I am a jumper, but I'm not as good as you guys. I want to talk about that. So double Dutch aerobics, let me talk to you guys. So doing this double Dutch, right? So Michelle, set the stage for me. You said your parents used to jump. When did you know this was something that you wanted to just continue to keep doing even as an adult?
Well, first my father always said at 4, I jumped in the mirror. I used to jump in the mirror imitating the girls that were outside, because I was just too young, even though that's the age that I learned finally. And then as an adult, I was a theater major. I did all kinds of theater. And of course, as you know, when you're an actress in New York, you have other jobs.
Right.
So I was teaching all kinds of fitness classes. I was teaching spin, everything you can name, a boot camp, water, everything.
Right.
And I was working at the YMCA. I had this idea, because mind you, when I used to see kids jumping, I used to feel crazy as a grown person, like, hey, can I get a jump? But it was weird. Like, that's a little inappropriate, you know, messing up the kid's role, but I want to jump.
Right,
you know
right.
So I felt like, he was my boyfriend at the time, and I felt like I wanted to start an adult double Dutch class, because I knew I couldn't be the only one with that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him how good I was, and he was like, you know, he kind of believed me, but everybody in New York says they're really good. So he was like, okay, good, like, everybody in New York is good. And then he saw how good I really was, because we had an event. It was like I think they have like a fair at the Y.
Yeah.
And he saw me teaching people and jumping, and then he was like, oh, you're really, really good. like special.
I went to pick her up.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking to Michelle, she's teaching people in like seconds. And I'm walking to her, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, from the door, from outside to where she was, she must have taught like 10 people as I'm walking to her. And I was like, oh no, you're really good.
She's
really
good.
Oh, you need to start your class, because he didn't know. So he was like, you need to start your class, because like you have to do it.
Right.
I started the class the next week, and then of course no one could commit the way I could,
Right.
and so I needed some help. And then Sean was like, well, just teach me. And at first I was like, I don't know, but he learns everything. And so even my barber now, he learned on a piano. So he learned, and then I guess he could say how he fell in love with it, and then it became ours.
Well, the thing was, the goal was, you know, so when we got together, I promised her that I will make all her dreams come true, right?
Oh, Sean.
So I was like, all right, teach me. I'll bust this out. Let's just do it, right?
Yeah.
So we started it, and I was like, you know, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like, my days at work consist of laughing, high-fiving, people screaming, dropping on the floor, laughing, having a good time. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be around. I think that's what I love about it the most. I love teaching the class the most because of what it does. Like, Michelle and I, we teach at female federal prisons across the country.
Wow.
It is the most rewarding thing you could ever do, to go in a place where there's no joy at all, zero. And then we walk in that room, and you know, Michelle and I, we bring out energy, we bring it up.
Right.
In the prison, like we did a prison before, we had the COs and the inmates jumping together, if you can imagine. So like, that's the kind of energy we bring, and that's the kind of thing I want to do in life. Right. Like, bring joy to people's hearts. It's my contribution to changing the world, because I mean, I can get into that too. As a kid, I always wanted to change the world.
And you're doing it.
That's another story.
So Sean, not only are you making Michelle's dreams come true, but you're making your own dreams come true as a kid.
Yes.
Because you're changing the world. Look at God.
And we're changing the world, and then people see us as a couple. We actually like each other.
Yeah, you do.
We do.
Yeah, you do. We see it.
We're around each other 24 hours a day, even before we got married.
Right.
Yeah.
So we might as well do a business together.
Might as well. Might as well.
So that's the whole thing. So I love the fact that even as a kid, right, I always wanted my own business because I thought it didn't make sense to spend more time at work than at home. Mm-hmm. It just the concept never made sense.
Right.
So now that's another dream that I'm living.
Yes,
like I get to work with my family. My son turns. My son is like a pro turner.
Our son is right here. Hear baby noises. The baby.
He's a pro turner. Yeah, if you see me looking down, we have a 9-month-old right here.
Right.
So.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. We are literally getting to do it as a family, and we're around each other all the time. I get to be around my family more than I'm at
work, which is great. And that's what we need, right? We need that structure. And for children especially, it's wonderful for them because they get to see both of their parents together, and you guys like each other, and it's a really great vibe, and then it's just contagious. So that's an awesome thing. Bernadette, I want to talk. Come on, slide in, girl.
I'm here.
Tell me, how did you fall in love with it as an adult? I know you were doing it as a kid. How did you bring it in as an adult?
So basically, like I said earlier, I started going to Equinox Gym, and at Equinox Gym, my raw talent was developed by two former middleweight boxers, Michael Olajide Jr. and Stephen Johnson. And Michael Olajide Jr., I took his class, and his class basically taught me like everything I needed to know as far as form, breathing, technique, those things that I didn't know as a self-taught jumper as a kid. And like a year, and I always tell people I was like a 19-year-old kid. I did not go into Equinox for fitness. I just didn't. Like, fitness wasn't on my mind. I went because I used to hang out at Union Square every single weekend. And one day I told my friend, I said, let's walk inside this place and just see what it's about. And on the schedule, it said arrow, box, arrow, jump. And I'm like, hey, is this a jump rope class? They was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, sign me up. That's so cool. And I signed up for the gym. And like I said, I took the classes with Michael Olajide Jr. and Stephen Johnson. He was another boxer there that taught classes. He taught boxing classes. But I, at that time, was not taking his classes. But since he saw my passion for jump rope, he started teaching me different tricks and things when he had the time. And a year later, I literally like dropped so much weight, and I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like I said, it wasn't a thought in my mind at that time as a 19-year-old kid. It was just like I worked, I went to the gym, I worked, I went to the gym, no responsibilities at all. So then as I started getting a little older in my 20s, then I started going to the gym for fitness, and it was like I incorporated jump rope in everything that I did. So around the 2011, 2012, I used to just go to different events in my community and volunteer and just jump and help the people, Salvation Army, churches, summer programs, things like that. I used to just kind of do it just for the fun of it. And in 2012, I went to an event and there was some music playing. I was jumping. I met one of my Instagram followers for the first time. So there was some music. Dun, 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 dun. I will never forget that track. So I'm jumping to the music. I'm grooving. I'm doing like one of my basic tricks. I'm grooving to the music. And I watched the video later because I kind of record everything that I do. And when I'm doing it, you can kind of see the smile. You can see the joy. Like it was just, it was crazy. And from that day forward, I was like, that is my style. So that's how I started training myself to jump to music. So for me, even though jumping rope is an exercise, jumping rope to me is fun. Like for me, I put on the music and I just go. I don't script my routines. I don't make up my routines. I don't plan my routines. It's like a dance. When you turn on music, you just dance. You don't choreograph what you're going to do before the music come on. You just turn on the music and you're grooving out. And that's that same concept that I've put with the jump rope. I just turn on music and I just go for it. Like I don't think about it. Sometimes I may have an idea of what I want to do, but for the most part, I just throw on music and I go for it. And when I started posting videos online, I started posting jump rope videos online before Instagram even had video. That tells you how long it's been that I've been posting videos. Like my first video online was posted back in like 2009 on YouTube. And then I used to do the Vines. And then Instagram finally did come with video. And what really attracted people, because jump rope like really changed over the time on Instagram. So when I first started posting videos on Instagram, you would kind of just see maybe boxers and you really wouldn't see anybody jumping rope, honestly speaking. And then I was jumping and people like really started to love the fact that I was smiling, that I was having fun. And people like, oh my God, like you can literally have fun. Like, wow, okay. So that's kind of what drew people to me on the online space. It's like, wow, like she's not even like, is she even working out? And it's just like, yeah. And I've kept or maintained that consistent messaging from 2009 all the way until now. And that's a long time,
that's
over 10 years. So, you know, my focus is really not on preaching about weight loss or preaching about you can do this trick and that trick. No, my role really is to show you how fun working out can be, how joyful it can be. You don't have to sit here and punish yourself or feel like you're punishing yourself. Like, go out there and release your mental stress. Go out there and feel good in your emotions. Because like when you're having fun, the endorphins are like really going happy. And in that moment, you're feeling good. Like, I have a stressful life. I work 9 to 5 as a case manager. I'm working with people with mental illness. I'm working with people with HIV. I'm working with people that are in like these bad situations. And I have to take that on. And then when I go home, guess what? I'm a wife. I have 3 children. 2 of them are on the autism spectrum. And then I have the business. So it's like, what do I do to maintain my balance? And it's really this jump rope. It takes me away from my current environment and puts me in another space that I wouldn't have been if I didn't do this. Now, I always tell people, you know, exercise is therapeutic or jump rope is therapeutic, but jump rope is not therapy. So if you have some deep-rooted issues inside, go get the help. Because guess what? I went to therapy. But then once you get your life together, you kind of use that exercise to maintain. Because if you don't deal with whatever deep-rooted issues you have, no matter how much you exercise, when you finish, guess what? You're going to go back into that depressive state. So use exercise to make yourself feel good at the moment. But if you have other things going on, go get the proper help.
Wow, that's awesome, Bernadette. And you are so right, because I was saying at the top of the conversation, or maybe in the green room, you know, God bless Instagram, you know, because this is how I met you. I found you. It just came through and I was like, look at this woman having a good time. And what I like is the heavy going like this, and the tongue, and just be smiling, and the tracks that you use to jump. I'm like, yes. And you make it look fun, and you make it look like it's something that we can all do. But yet you look so skillful at doing it. Like, you look really great doing it. Like, I'm like, oh my God, and you taking it to the street and you just doing it, and people just stop and they look at you and they smile. It's just a great thing that you're doing, man. It's awesome.
Thank you. And talking about Instagram, this is how I met Sean and Michelle. So they have classes in various states. And I think before I met them, I don't even know how it all happened, but I went to their class in Brooklyn at Fort Greene Park. Sean and Michelle wasn't there at that time. It was like their other instructors. And then finally, Sean and Michelle came up, and I was like, oh my goodness, I get to meet them. Yeah. So we met, and I don't even know how long ago this was. This was like a while ago, probably before I had my other kid. And it's like, we've been cool ever since. And it's just so amazing, like the relationship that we've built, both personal and a professional. Like, we're able to share information, share resources, share things. And you don't see a lot of that in the community. Everybody is like so stingy, and everybody's like, what do you want from me? What do I want from this? What do I want from that? And I tell you, Sean and Michelle, they have been amazing. Just to meet them on Instagram, like, I've been to baby showers, and so I'm going to Atlanta next month, and it's just been amazing, the friendship that we've been able to create, just happening to meet each other like on Instagram.
Great minds think alike. They are beautiful people. They hit me up some time ago wanting to be on the show, and I said, nothing happens before it's time. I was sitting just this week. I'm gonna be transparent. Trying to do these shows all the time. Sometimes I have great ideas, boom, 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 and I can bang them all out, get all the guests signed up. But for whatever reasons, I was like, it's April, and I don't know what to do. I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Should I take Sunday off? I never take off. I always do my shows. And then there's Instagram, and I saw them, and they posted the Breakfast Club, and I said, they're on the Breakfast Club, and I just said, I thought it was so adorable. Listen, we're manifesting. This is what we want. And I said, let me get a hold of them before they blow up even more, because the Breakfast Club is coming. Listen, I saw you guys having a conversation with DJ Envy and his wife. Tell us a little bit about that. How did that happen for you guys?
So, talk about manifesting.
Oh, this is very interesting. So you can tell it.
So I'll tell part of it. So Sean actually, DJ Envy was having a car show. And we actually worked with Angela Yee before for her Angela Yee Day. But anyway, Sean was DJ Envy was having a car show, and Sean was like, Michelle, we need to be at the car show.
Right.
And I was saying, mind you, I told him that the car show was coming to Atlanta. And he was like, coming to Atlanta? Well, we need to be there. Our son is, sorry. And he said, Michelle, we need to be there. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. It was maybe like a week before. And I was thinking it was too late. And like, why would he hire us, right? Because I'm not doing it for free. That's one. Two, then, so Sean was like, well, we gotta. So then he started reaching out to.
So I started reaching out to his management, right?
And then Sean kept trying to plan it as though it was already done. He kept saying, well, Michelle, we have to work with as DJ Envy's thing on Sunday. How are we gonna do this?
I kept saying,
we don't have the job.
But by this time it's about Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right. So the event was when Sunday.
Sunday.
So I was just like, all right. So because somebody wanted to book us for an event, I was like, I don't know if we could do that because we got to do this event on Sunday.
Right.
We're getting this right.
Yeah.
And so we got booked to do an event at the Georgia World
For a track for ATL Running Club.
For the running club, right?
Yeah.
They booked us for 2 days, Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
On Friday, Michelle and I we're turning, right?
Yeah.
And and what we're talking about is how would we get to DJ Envy's event if we book this event?
Well, he's really talking about it because I'm just nodding my head because I'm like,
so I'm telling her about it, right? So as I'm speaking about it, DJ Envy runs from behind me and jumps in the rope.
Literally.
As we're talking about it. Like literally as we're talking about it. It made my heart jump because I was like,
wow.
How did that happen?
And here's how it worked.
Yeah.
The event for the track club, it was a running thing at the convention center. So
this is
DJ
crazy.
Envy and his team were setting up right next door because the car show is at the convention center. Mind you, we didn't even know this, but we were in the same place.
So just real quick. So the way it was set up was there's the break room, right? And then you know how at convention centers they have the
big doors,
Right.
partition,
Right.
The partitions, right?
Yeah.
So when they opened the partition, it was the car show.
Oh
on the
my
other
God.
side.
On the other side, it was like right there.
Oh
like,
my.
Now, mind you, here's what's more funny.
Right.
If we were hired for a certain group, we were right next to the partition.
Yes.
So let's say another group hired us, we wouldn't have been where he was.
Right.
He was just coming around.
That's God.
Because the restroom was over there too. He was just coming around
That's
from where they
God.
were setting up, and he saw our ropes going, and then he jumped in the rope,
That's-
and then he was like, "I want to try at the car show."
Yeah.
We were like, okay, we
That's
want to
God.
go, but.
This was funny. He told me he was gonna do it for free.
I don't know if he thought so, but we had to. Michelle and I, we were like, we got to get paid for this. There's no way.
And he was like, yeah, y'all can just come.
We can't do this.
No, we can't just come.
We have to get
We
paid.
was like, okay, he just spoke to his assistant.
So we spoke to his assistant, Boot Camp Benz, who is so cool and on point.
I mean,
His assistant was on point. We love her.
Love her.
So we spoke to her. We told her we quoted her a price. She went right to him immediately, and then they booked us that day.
And
Wow.
Then since then, we have been on tour with them for every single car show since. So we're going to be on the car show in June in Texas, all of the ones this year as well. So since we booked that first one, then, and you know, we showed up and showed out as we do.
Nice.
And so we ended up now we're on every one with them.
That's amazing? That's all God. That is all God. A couple of nuggets in that. You got to manifest what you want. First of all, you have to manifest and act and walk and act in it like it's happened.
Right.
And even in being married, a lesson in that, which I learned a while ago, is because Sean, his nickname is the visionary, because he always has these grand ideas. And what I learned in being married to him is that instead of saying, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Instead, even if I can't see it yet, because I've learned to trust him in our marriage, I just say,
okay. That you did the right thing, Michelle. Just agree, just shake, just nod, and just allow the Spirit to just come through and do what it do. Look at that.
I don't want to negate his vision.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
That's right.
Even if I can't see it yet.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not for you to see, Michelle. It's for Sean. And then sometimes God will give Michelle a vision, and then Sean doesn't see it right away. So that's where the support comes in. It's so important that people support each other, especially as close as you guys are working together as a couple, as a husband and wife. And that's the nugget that we want to share with people today. Support each other. Even if you don't fully understand or get it, believe in your partner enough, you know, and be willing to take that risk or to step in there with them, because look at that. You couldn't have orchestrated that more beautifully yourself.
No. When he came around the corner, I was like, and my vision ain't the best after Maverick. He took a little bit of my vision away.
So she didn't. I was like, so she didn't want me
until he came up.
I was like, oh my God.
3 babies in 5 years, in 4 years, that'll do that to you.
Three children. Oh wow.
In 4 years.
In 4 years. You guys been married that long? 4 years?
I hear you.
How long you guys have been married? 4 years?
Almost 9.
Almost
9 years. Long time before. Michelle, you don't look like you got 3 children. You look like you borrowed.
I'm trying.
You look like you borrowed the one that's on Sean's lap right now. That don't look like you had that one.
He's running all over the place. I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's a double Dutch baby for sure. Those children know what it is. They know what it is. It's a beautiful thing. Congratulations on that. So then you guys have the relationship. So then you guys talk to Envy and his wife Gia and got this book. How did that?
Yeah, they were doing like some type of competition, like how well do you know your mate?
Right.
And so we called in, and they knew it was us.
Yeah.
And then they let us in, and then they asked the questions, and we had fun.
Yeah, you had a
good
good
time. They
time.
have a book coming out, which is why they were doing it as well.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah, they're great people.
Great.
Awesome people. Awesome. Bernadette, you're touring and doing stuff. I think you went to Texas last month. I think it was Houston, and you just bust them in the mouth with that jumping rope. They had a good time. They showed you some love. Tell us about that, Bernadette.
Oh, so basically, anytime I go somewhere, anytime I go on a vacation, I'll book a class because I kind of have followers and supporters and people everywhere. So I basically found a studio and rented it out and told my followers about it, and I had a good 20 people in the class.
Awesome.
So between 2 classes,
Awesome. Are you trying to travel more this year? I know you got a lot on your plate. Mom, wife, full-time career, jumping just for your own personal refreshment, keeping release and keep your mind focused. Are you trying to travel more this year?
Well, I mean, aside from me doing like my personal jumping online, I've been featured in a lot of press and media. I teach workshops, I do events, I do, when I travel, I do teach out. And then I have a book that's coming out. So my book is coming out. I was going to launch it for my birthday, but we have like a few more things to do because it's going to get launched right. So by May, June, the book should be out. And that's when I'm going to kind of do my tour, and I'll have a double whammy, like jump rope book. So that's what I'll be doing.
Awesome. Bernadette, I want to talk.
Tonight. You're coming here to do
Yes, on Saturday.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to come to.
I will be at ATL.
That's right. And so how did you guys decide to do that? What prompted that?
Well, I've been talking about coming to Atlanta for a while, and I was going to come in April, and then I changed my mind because there's a huge race that's African American that's going to be happening in October called The Race. So I said, you know what, I'll just come up that weekend or whatever, and then I'll teach class at that time. So Michelle called me about 2 weeks ago and said, hey, we'd like you to guest judge our double dutch competition. I said, oh, okay, cool. So I said, I'll be there on the 10th. And then from that day, I called them. I said, hey, look, what's the studio space looking like, the times and things. And I just I booked their studio for the class, and then I put everything on my website. About the next morning, I had people registering for the class. So it was basically, things that I do behind the scenes aside from social media. I have a text list. So anytime somebody tell me, hey, come here, I'll say text ATL to 718-504-2192. And every time someone tells me to go somewhere, I'll just make a text list for it. So I already had a list of people waiting. So once I told them, they were able to just go to the link, boom. I have an email list. So, hey, look, I'm coming to ATL. People start signing up because sometimes you have to have more than social media. Because people are not going to see your posts all the time. And then social media can shut you down at any time. So, like, I have a TikTok account where I had about 65,000 followers, 1 million likes. And I tried to log in the other day. They're like, hey, your account has been suspended indefinitely. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yep. but the account is still up, so people can still go like, people can comment. I actually do edit one of my own videos today, and then like last week I was having an issue with Instagram, but it really came to find out that it was really my phone that was the issue. So you have to have like other ways for people to contact you outside of social media and build community and relationships with people, so that people are always going to be in the know of what you're doing and what's going on.
And that's important. That's another tidbit and nugget that we can use, because we do rely on social media on everything. But a lot of people, some people fast from it. Like, it's just, people are like, listen, I don't want to be on it for a couple of days or maybe a week. They're like, no, I don't. It's the same stuff showing up all the time. I don't even really want to see it. So you got to reach out to people. There's a huge population of people, young and old. It's not even age specific, that are like, I feel it's invasive. I don't want what I search for on the internet. Then all of a sudden I see some things, sponsored posts related to that. Listen, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. So you're right. Emailing, giving them other outlets so that they can be connected. Text messaging is always a thing. Is a great way to continue to build the relationship. And people feel like they connect with you in that space versus just the IG and sliding in the DM. I slid in your DM, Bernadette. But, other people feel like, through text messaging, wow, I can really build a relationship or just kind of understanding, build this following. Because there are people that want to support. There are people that appreciate everything that you're doing. I want to ask about, for you, Bernadette, did jump rope, did you use that as a mechanism to work through any form of depression or some things that might have been going on in your life? Is there something that you could share with us in that space?
Yes, of course. Back in 2001, I believe I made an attempt on my life. I went somewhere, I came home, I said, you know what, it's a wrap, I'm done. I called my coworker. I said, hey, you're not going to see me at work tomorrow because I'm going to, off myself. God. And I took a bunch of pills, and something in me was like, okay, today ain't the day. I went to the hospital. They did everything that they needed to do, charcoal and everything else. And then I spent a night or two there in the psych ward. And then from there, my journey to therapy and treatment began. So I started going to therapy. And then, even though I still live recklessly, like it just took several years, several bouts to therapy. And then I guess like the last straw with therapy was when I finally kept my pregnancy with my oldest son, because I had like a history of miscarriages. And that time I was like, look, I'm bringing children into this world. Let me really, really get it together and start to apply everything. So this is why, earlier I stated that, exercise is great for feeling good at the moment, and because it gives you those feel good, happy endorphins. But when you do have deeply rooted issues, you need something more than the exercise or what's going to make you feel good at that moment. So I've done a lot of therapy. Right now, I just do like a lot of coaching, right? Okay. Because I feel that I'm in a good enough space to handle myself. And I use exercise, to maintain and have fun. So like I said, physical health, mental wellness, emotional wellness is which I use jump rope for. And I've come up with the acronym JUMP, Journey of the Underdog Making Progress, right? So a lot of times people have goals and dreams that they want to accomplish, but they can't because of different things that's held them back that they haven't dealt with. And I tell people it's like the same thing with the jump rope. When you turn the rope, the expectation is that you jump over the rope. And if you don't jump over the rope is going to what? Hit your foot. Yeah. And it's the same thing until you take action. It's like until you turn the rope and then you jump. Because at the end of the day, we all have problems, issues, stresses that we deal with on a daily basis. And it's really nothing that you can do about it. But once you change your mindset, now you're able to change how you're able to get through these things, because like I said, it's going to happen. And when you don't have any real coping skills, that's when things kind of fall apart. And then you have things like, putting your life in danger, trying to take your life, and all of these other different things that can happen as a result of not resolving your issues. And like a key thing that I've heard lately and I've been running with is get therapy to deal with your past, get a coach to deal with your future, right? So I say like therapy and getting help and exercise, everything plays its role. And when you look at everything holistically and collectively, that's when you're in a better space.
That's good. That's good. Thank you, Bernadette, for being transparent. You helping some people today, because I know there are people and listeners that had thought at one time of giving up, checking out. And so this is just awesome to see that because you just decided to say, no, today is not the day. Look how God has continued to bless your life. And now you are just a beacon of light, you know, because every time we see you on the gram or you're jumping or wherever you go from city to city, we just see just a light coming from you. So thank you. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sean, I want to jump with you because as a male in a female-dominated space, how does it feel?
Where else should you be? Should you be? No, I'm just joking.
Has it been difficult, Sean? Has it been challenging?
No. You know what's funny? The majority of my, am I on? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The majority of my best friends are female.
Okay.
So I think the thing is, I'm very comfortable around women.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know how to be a man around women.
Mm-hmm.
I think my wife talks about that all the time, that she said that's what she loves about me the most, right? I think it's okay. I mean, I try to be, I don't know, I say focused. You know, I just know how to be around a bunch of women. We have a good time.
Right.
And it helps. It's dope for the women to see me with my wife.
Yes.
How I respond to my wife. How I interact with my wife.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we get to see that as well. And we then become an inspiration to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's always talking about, oh, you know, you guys give us hope on relationships. Oh, you know, because I thought men was this way, but I see that you could be this type of man to your wife.
Yes.
You could be this type of man to your children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's what I think that's what they get from us. And I think that's what I try to project to them.
And this is funny, when we were hanging out with Bernadette, this is before she got married, right before she got married, we had a conversation with her in the back of the car. And she was like, I think we were talking about relationships or something. And we were like, Bernadette, like you can find love any day of the week.
Yeah.
Like if they're single for 10 years, it doesn't mean that 10 years in a day won't be the day that they find their person. You know what I'm saying? Like you can find your person in the supermarket. And this was months before you met your husband, Brandon. I don't know if you remember, we was in Philly.
Yep.
And literally we were in the car driving back and we were just talking. It was like, no, it takes, you can find it. There's no prerequisite.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing is, your life can change in a second.
In a second.
Yeah.
For the better or the worse.
Right.
Right? It can change in a second. Yeah.
Right.
And it was months later where she met her husband at a party and we were like, did
Oh my God. They got like the same energy.
Yeah. Being evenly yoked. Being evenly yoked is so important. My producer's telling me we're having some technical difficulties with the Zoom. So if the Zoom drops you, please dial back in, okay? But I'm going to keep going until that happens. I think that's great. Congratulations, Bernadette, and just being open, right? And just allowing the universe to hook you up with your husband, and that's it. I mean, all of my guests today, you guys are just so inspirational, right? Because what you're doing is bringing families together, showing individuality and what you like and what you're passionate about, and it's just motivation to get people to get up and get out. I am from New York, and yes, whenever we see ropes turning, we're like, can I get a jump? Can I turn? Can I get in? That's just the language. And I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to say it. This is something that only our culture does. I have not seen, I could be wrong, set me right, get me together, y'all. Is it other people, cultures jumping rope like us? Or is it just us?
Well, there is now, I'm gonna let Michelle speak on it further, but there is now, but I would say that our culture created it.
Come on.
So no one knows for sure. But who else? What other race invents everything?
Come on.
Right?
That is correct.
Oh, sorry. And I'll say this. We also, even spreading it more, you know, Bernadette said that she met our instructors first. We actually certify instructors so that more people, like you said, so that we're not the only ones teaching. When we certify instructors, we have 3 this year, that they're able to bring it everywhere in their state so that more adults could get jumping and we could spread it around. And in actuality, you're right. Most of the people that take our certification, do our certification, take our classes, majority, of course we have, you know, different audience, but majority is us when I was younger. I mean, in terms of street jumping, and we traveled the world with Double Dutch aerobics. In terms of street jumping, that is all us. Pop-ups, mumbles, that is all of us. I have not seen one other culture do street style jumping the way that we do.
Now, where does the aerobics name come in? Do you teach other things besides jumping the rope? We had some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, you know, we're so dependent upon technology, and we lost our guest today, but hopefully they're going to call back in because we have some more things we want to cover with them for sure. But it's just been a great conversation. These people, a wonderful inspiration. Sean and Michelle, I think you guys are back.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for that. So my question to you both was the aerobics piece. Where do you guys teach other things besides the jumping of the rope? Like, what are we doing?
So basically, we have over 60 exercises that we do inside the rope.
Are you serious?
Yes. So we do jumping jacks, cross jacks, push-ups, mountain climbs.
We created some moves, and Double Dutch aerobics is actually it's an 8-step class. So it's a structured class. It's not like, you know, people just jumping.
Coming to jump.
Yeah, we teach. It's a workout class.
Right. So Double Dutch aerobics is a formatted class so that wherever you take it in the world, the class will be exactly the same.
Wow.
And there's 8 steps to it. So we do we'll do like 2 exercises. Like we'll teach 1 exercise, then we'll teach another exercise, and then we'll combine.
Combination.
The combination will combine both exercises together. So it could be like a jumping jack, or it could be like a push-up, and then we'll combine it together, and then we do it inside the ropes.
Yeah.
And like Michelle said, that we have steps to it. So that's why it's aerobic because it's aerobic because it's jumping.
Yeah.
You know, but also we do exercises inside the rope while we're turning.
Yeah.
Which is a different way of turning.
Yes.
I was going to talk about the turning. Come on, Sean, and talk about it because everybody can't turn, and that's been a problem since we were kids.
Everybody can't turn, and everybody blames the jumper. And the jumper blames the turner, and the turner blames the jumper. And the bottom line is, it's everybody's fault.
So everyone can't turn professionally. So a lot of people who could street turn, they're coming to our certification to learn how to turn for push-ups and mountain climbs and how to teach people in less than a minute. So turning and Double Dutch, which in our culture is usually you can or you can't, it's not that in Double Dutch.
Okay.
So we believe that there is a jumper in every single person. You just need an instructor, a Double Dutch aerobics instructor specifically, to bring it out of you. Because we've had people cry on us because they've never learned in their life. Their cousin, their mother, their cousin, their aunts, everybody tried to teach them. And, they were branded as not being able to jump. So when we taught them in less than a minute, literally, we didn't know.
Falling apart.
And this is something we learned during the business because we didn't know it was that, it was that heavy for people. And literally, we had people cry when they learned. And what we tell them is, you didn't have a teacher. You had someone that could do it, but that does not a teacher make. That just has someone that can do it. So we are professional instructors. And so we teach any and everybody how to jump double dutch.
Awesome.
So if there's,
No, go ahead.
So, if there's 1 million people at your event, like when we do Essence Fest every year, if there are 1 million people at your event, 1 million people will be jumping.
Period.
1 million people. Man, you do Essence too?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant at Essence Fest.
Yeah, Essence Fest, we do our center stage.
Yep.
Essence Fest.
Awesome. What's the goal for Double Dutch aerobics? Where do you see yourself? And as we're coming out this pandemic, let's just say for the next 12 months, where do you see yourself? What do you want for DDA?
Well, this year we're doing something that we've never done, which is we have 9 certifications planned for the year, which normally we do one certification per year.
Right.
So now that we have our own studio, we're doing 9 certifications, which means we will certify more teachers this year than we've ever done in the history of our business.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the idea is to scale as much as we possibly can. And in the next 12 months, we'll probably have maybe about 150 more certified teachers teaching the class this year.
And so, yeah, that's our goal.
Wow.
And so our goal is to certify teachers all over the world so that we can one, keep the sport alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because the key to keeping the sport alive is knowing how to teach the sport.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
and then our other goal, we're doing 4 shows also, which Sean, I would say he's producing. I'm participating a little bit, but he's producing it. So to get those 4 shows running, you know what I'm saying, running well, to do more touring.
Yes.
Just to get more people involved with this joy of Double Dutch Aerobics. We have a competition April 10th, which Bernadette is a guest judge.
Right. Yeah, it's great because some of us are getting older. Not you beautiful people, but some of us are getting older, and so it would be great to have this option, you know, because again, going to the gym is such drudgery, like what Bernadette was saying. It just doesn't need to be so heavy. It should be fun. And so I think, you know, seeing you guys do that gives us an option to make it fun. And so that's the amazing part. That's what we like. Welcome back, Bernadette.
Thank you.
Yeah. One more thing we have to mention. Oh, if I could.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, one more thing we have to mention is that part of the joy of Double Dutch Aerobics is like our members are becoming friends and family, and even on their own. So we watch relationships get built, new friendships get built. And another thing we talk about, because we're physically jumping, sometimes people will, ask us about health things.
Right.
And Sean and I, we're currently on a juice cleanse, day 21. I'm 30. I can't wait to eat Jesus. And we're also vegans, but we call ourselves chicken vegans because when we travel, we do a little something. You know what I'm saying? But we've actually been helping people in that space. And, you know, I suffered miscarriages as well, like Bernadette said she had. It's very common, actually. But I suffered from miscarriages before from fibroids.
Yeah.
And so I had to heal myself naturally because as an entrepreneur, I couldn't afford the myomectomy surgery that they tried to say was my only option. So I went to YouTube, did a water fast, did 2 juice cleanses, went vegan, and I was able to have my 3 children without an abdominal myomectomy.
Nice.
Because during the water fast, I had a fibroid fall out in the toilet.
Wow.
And right. So now what's more exciting is because our audience is majority women, so many of us are dealing with this, right? And so now we've been in conversations with women that, you know, if they come to the studio, even with like, oh God, I'm cramping, we have to have the conversation.
Right.
And now they're open to it because they know who we are. You know, we're friends and family in Double Dutch Aerobics. And so even in that, having a business allows you to even go further and help people even more and have more impact. And that's important to me because I really wanted to have children.
Yes.
Like, you know,
yes.
And so God is so amazing because we thought we were fighting for 1 baby, and then there were 3.
3. She said, woo. This is
just kicking Jesus. I think he's laughing at, you wanted 1?
Well, we got you. He's like, woo, woo, woo. I got something for you.
It's just like they say, when you put in the work, God will meet you the other way.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Yeah, I had healing, but of course, he showed me that there was more. I fought for these children. Even Bernadette talking about mental space and tools, I had to learn to meditate and journal to make sure that during my infertility process, I wasn't letting it drown me.
Right.
And Double Dutch Aerobics helped with that, learning tools to deal with those things in life. Because just like Bernadette said, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Life is going to happen.
Absolutely. Awesome stuff, Michelle, because, you know, you hit on so many different things. Faith without works is dead. So you got to do the work, right? We can have all the faith in the world, but, you know, God, you got to do the work. You got to do the work.
Yes.
You have to. And I think this is a great conversation. I definitely, a light bulb went off. Did you see the light bulb go off in my head? I see another conversation I'm going to have with Michelle and Bernadette, and I've never talked about it on the show, but we need to talk about it. You know, fibroids, but really healing from miscarriages, you know, just healing, because there's a process. And you ladies have been blessed and fortunate to still bring forth children, but there's still a population of women that needs that support and that encouragement on how to move forward. And what are our options? Because 10, 15, 20 years ago, there were none, according to medical science, right? We had to do what they said. But now that we are doing the work as women, especially Black women, we are finding and seeking and searching our options, holistic options. It's creating a better sense of hope, a sense of lifestyle for us, and management, and our community's getting bigger. So I would love to have you ladies back to just enlighten and just share, because transparency helps other people in growing in their spaces.
Yes. YouTube saved me. YouTube is what saved me. I saw women give their testimonial, and I said, well, I'd rather try that. And it was only 2 women sharing their story. And of course, until I had my healing, what did everybody think? Except for my husband. He was extremely supportive.
I knew.
He did the cleanse. We did a 30-day juice cleanse together. He texted me every day, juicing for Journey. That's what we thought we were going to name our child. I mean, it was just everything, because the outside world, when they say, you listening to YouTube, what are you talking about? Go to the doctor and get cut open on the table. And while there's nothing wrong with surgery, it's nothing wrong with knowing all of your options.
Exactly. Exactly.
I find another option. My biggest anger with that was being limited to saying, this is your only option. No, it's not. I saw the people on YouTube, they said that they did this. And until I had my healing, everyone was against me. The doctors, friends, you know, Michelle, you crazy. Okay. But because of my household, my husband and I believe, then, you know, we were able to get
all things are possible when you believe in the Most High. So bless you.
And this is a great thing that I like about our brands, is that the jump rope is the forefront. So when you see, or you think of double dutch aerobics, you think of 2 ropes and people jumping. When you see the single rope, you think of just like a person swinging a rope. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's more than that. We have a responsibility, because we are the faces of our brand. It now allows us to bring in other things. So now out of the double dutch, you know, Sean and Michelle, myself, we brought in community, because like I'm in my 40s. And I know, like, when people come to my classes, like, they built their own relationships, they talk, they laugh. It's a community. And now, you know, Sean and Michelle, they're talking about their journey with having children. They're talking about juicing and healthy living. I talk about emotional wellness, mental wellness. So, and I was going through a thing myself where, like, I wanted to go into coaching women over 40, you know, gain confidence. And a part of me was like, okay, I like the jump rope, but I want to do other things. And now, like, having to go through years of thinking and sharing my story more, being more transparent, being authentic, being myself, it's like, yeah, you see this, but when you get in, this is what you're going to get. And I see it. Like, the women are being helped, the men are being helped, you know, whether it's their physical appearance, whether it's their mental. Like, when people see my videos, sometimes I have comments in the comment section like, oh my God, it's 12 o'clock in the morning, I just want to get up and jump. Oh my God, I was just having a bad day, I got online, saw your video, and now I feel much better. So it really goes beyond whether it's a single rope, whether it's double dutch. Me, Sean, and Michelle have a responsibility to our people, because this is what we're here for. Our purpose, like I said, is deeper than a jump rope. And this is why I had that acronym JUMP, because it's more than that. And we're going to use our fame, we're going to use our faces, we're going to use our voices, we're going to use the jump ropes to get the deeper message out into the world.
This is so good. Man, this is awesome. Bernadette, let me ask you, same question I asked Sean and Michelle. What do you want for your brand? Where do you see your brand at least a year from now? What do you want for making it?
I see myself as a coach, helping a lot of women. I see myself on stages. I see myself doing those things. And this is why the book is coming out now, because I need people to see that it's more than that jump rope. And that book now is going to get into my story. So during the pandemic, taking it back to 2013, my first logo was a silhouette of my favorite poles with the jump rope handles in my hand. One handle was a jump rope handle, the other handle was a microphone. So this is back in 2013, my first logo. And I've been online, going live, doing all the things for all of this time, consistently, because that's what it's about, consistency. When people come in my inbox, oh, you shouldn't do this, oh, you shouldn't do that, guess what? I listen to myself, I listen to my instincts, and I do what I do, because everything that I've gotten is basically been on my own merit. And I like I said, I stuck to that, and even though my logo has changed, I still maintain that speaking and talking. And in the pandemic, I think 2020, I got 4 speaking engagements in 1 month. And they all weren't, I wasn't promoting myself as a speaker, and all of them wasn't about jump rope. One was about social media, and the others were about giving women confidence and hope and things like that. So now the manifestations of that first logo in 2013, they're coming to light.
Yeah.
So now this is why I said, okay, enough of this, because I've been wanting to write my book since 2017, but I knew that there were other things, other life lessons, and just things I had to go through and journey, which I'm glad that I did wait to make this a reality now. Because like I said, the message is there, and I'm going to impact thousands, hopefully millions on the stages speaking.
Yeah, you are. You are an impactful woman, Bernadette. God bless you. Thank you for everything that you're doing, because just your whole energy and your aura and just sharing, again, is just helping people. So thank you for that. Then look at my family over there. Look at Sean and Michelle over there. Keeping it real, keeping it 100. That is exactly right. Family. As the family needs something, just pull them into the shot. Bring them on in. That's what's going on. How can the people...
Having a battle.
Yeah.
From here is having a...
That's why I keep exiting the frame.
That's okay. Look at the tears in the baby's eyes. Oh, yeah, it's all right. Tell the baby I'm done. I'm finishing up with mom and dad. He can have mom and dad in a minute. I'm gonna ask you this. Where can the people find you? And I know, before we do that, let's talk more about April 9th. What can people expect in Atlanta April 9th? Bernadette is coming to the A. Right? Yeah, and yes.
Jump to Burn, my infamous class is coming to Atlanta. Finally, the people been asking.
Yes.
So I definitely look forward to bringing the class.
Yes.
And I can't wait to bring the class. I can't wait to the competition the next day. Just like family. It's been a while since I've seen y'all, so I'm just excited to get out there and see y'all.
So wait. So you're teaching class on the 9th, and then there's a competition on the 10th? Yeah. The next day in Atlanta?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have a double Dutch aerobics competition happening on the 9th. And so we asked the amazing Bernadette if she can be a judge at our competition. And our audience is excited about that as well. So she's going to be judging on April 10th, because as entrepreneurs, you got to do 2-3 things at the same time.
You sure do.
Because she's here, she's going to be teaching her class, which is amazing. And we also told our audience about that. She's going to be teaching her amazing class on April 9th, and then here for the 10th to judge our competition.
I love it.
Of course, she's a superhero, so she got to go back. And then continue her life in that week.
Look at God. So listen, family and friends, new family and friends. I'm a mom too, single, divorced mom. Spring break is next week, so I had already made plans to be out of town the end of the week. But I will be back early Sunday morning. So I'm going to slide up to the competition. If nothing else, I would love to meet you guys face to face, hug and all that. And what I want to do for people that are listening, I am going to sponsor a person, possibly two, to be a part of the class on Saturday. So that'll be my gift and my way of supporting your vision and your passion and what you're doing. We're going to put a person or two to jump in the rope, get in the rope and learn. And somebody that's been wanting to do it might have been somebody that's been embarrassed or never knew how to double dutch. Might be the right person in the space to just continue to grow the family and grow the community, right?
Yeah.
So
our class is 9 a.m. on Saturdays, and Bernadette's class is going to be 3:30 that evening. So the studio classes we have classes 5 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And just really quick, and this is what I think. Myself, Michelle, and Bernadette, we share. We don't judge you. So if you don't know how to jump, it's not like the streets. If you don't know how to
jump, it's rough on the streets. Yeah.
Right? It's not like that at all. We are all very patient.
Yes.
Right? And we want you to get it.
Yeah.
And both of us, all of us, we can teach you.
In less than a minute.
So we can teach you in less than a minute,
wow.
and Bernadette can teach you in seconds.
Yes.
Wow.
She was teaching us tricks, and I've been trying to teach him several other things. She was like, I had to get on out of there.
She said, turn like this many times, and I was like, okay. I was like, oh, snap.
I like y'all.
I want everybody to understand that we are very patient.
Yeah.
And we do not judge you. We want to teach you.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do.
Professional and patient. So we're the professionals.
Right.
And we're patient as well.
So make sure you come to class. Don't feel embarrassed. And then, like, as far as like our class, it's a really supportive bunch.
Yeah.
So we have lifetime members. We have yearly members that come. We have, and then monthly members. And they come all the time. And we're such a family. Like, we really encourage you. Like, a young lady took our class the other day, and she was like, I messed up, and you guys cheered for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? That's what we do. Like, that's the energy in. Nobody goes, boo.
Boo.
We're not gonna
Like,
we're not gonna do that. We are going to encourage you.
Right.
And we all have systems in place.
Yes.
Where we can teach you, like Bernadette taught us in seconds, right? There are literally systems in place. We are experts in what we do. So when you come to class, know that you will not be judged. In fact, you're gonna make friends.
Yeah.
Y'all probably hang out after class.
Yeah.
You're gonna be high-fiving, slapping vibes with everybody.
Yeah.
It's that vibe.
It's good.
I literally love that.
That's good.
And the energy you give is the energy you get. And we are all high energy.
That's good. Gotta be doing what you do. How can the people find you, Sean and Michelle, the beautiful Clarks? How can they find you on social media? Where are you?
So we're everywhere. We're everywhere on Instagram, Facebook. We are Double Dutch Aerobics. So if you don't remember anything else, if you Google Double Dutch Aerobics, you'll see everything.
Okay. Awesome. Bernadette, how can the people find you?
Same thing. Make it fun NYC.
Make it fun NYC. On everything.
On everything.
For the most part, if you pull up a hashtag, whatever, you'll find me.
You'll find you. This was awesome. I want to thank the creator for today, because I'm telling you, I was in the jam. I didn't know what to do. And he just aligned everything together. And then the coincidence, if you will, is that you guys had already had a relationship. And the fact that you guys are having an event this upcoming weekend in Atlanta just put the cherry on top. So this had to make sense. This had to happen. This was so good. I appreciate you guys spending an hour with me, talking to me, and just being transparent and inspiring our listeners to just jump around. It's more than just the jump rope. Use it to build community, use it for laughter, use it for release, use it for exercise. Just get out here and jump around. Thank you guys so much for today.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
I love your set. I love the set.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Listen, that's my time. You guys know me. I'm Real Chicks Rock. I am everywhere. You can find me everywhere on social media platforms. And, check out the website, realchicksrock.com. You need a t-shirt. Spring is in the air. You need to get a t-shirt on your back. realchicksrock.com. Go ahead and order one today. Listen, since I had New Yorkers on the phone, they know what it is. Growing up in New York, WBLS, listen to Frankie Crocker all the time. And the one thing that he said, I loved him so much. May he rest in peace. And today is my grandmother. Would have been her birthday if she's still alive. So I want to dedicate this show to her as well. He would say, may you live to be 100 and I live to be 100 minus a day, so I would never know that beautiful people like yourself had passed away. Until next time.